What's up, guys? It is Mike from the YouTube channel Lollybag Mike here, checking in. It's day 113 of the cut, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I filmed a video yesterday that I will edit over the next few days and put out, just giving like my 5 tips for 5 things that I've learnt that will help. I think will help people on their cutting journeys, on their weight loss journey, let's say. Um, but I just thought I'd film another one today, a bit more free, just talkative. Off script is the word I'm looking for. Sorry, my brain's not exactly working 100%. As as I'm getting deeper into this cut, there's certain times of the day where my energy just gets a little bit lower, so a little foggy, but for the most part I'm way more clear during the day than I ever was, so I'll deal with a little bit of fog from the cut in calories. But yeah, as I said, it's day 113, so I'll give an update on my weight. So I think last time I did the update, it was day 105, so about a week ago. Now I believe I said I was at about 88 kilos then, but I might have said I was at 86 because I had. So what happened was I bought a new scale. I've been using this scale for the past, I don't know, probably the past 3 months, 2.5 months of my cut from when I started. Just it's a scale that I've had in my unit since I moved in. So over a year, and I always had a feeling it was off because I've used the scale in the gym and it always gives me different numbers. But I thought, well, I'm just going to go off this scale anyway because regardless, even if the starting weight is wrong, it's still going to surely be able to track kilos lost and stuff like that. Like it's not going to have a problem with its measurement. It's just the overall number might be off. But so when I switched the scale, which was I think last week, I did a weigh-in and I did it in the morning, but this was after like a 22-hour fast. And I think I weighed about 86.3 or 86.2, and that was down from like 88.7 the previous day, which was like a crazy amount of weight. That's like over 2 kilos in a day, which is something's not adding up. So then I thought, okay, well maybe this scale is actually correct, and that is my true weight. That would make sense. But then I took it back, and I think the next morning I weighed like 88.2 or something like that, or 88. So I don't know, but pretty much, long story short, current weight this morning was 87.25. So it's still a drop of about 0.8 from when I weighed myself yesterday morning. It was about 88. So the weight's still dropping actually fairly quickly. Because my output is, yeah, something I'll talk about in this, I guess, in this update. My output is pretty nuts, guys. And this isn't me trying to brag or anything like that, but I do a lot of output in a day. So, as stated, I do 6 to 2, but work's been really busy lately. So I have been averaging 30 to 35,000 steps a day easy. So for instance, today I did about 30,000 steps at work. Then I came back home. I had a call with my girlfriend because she's in China at the moment visiting family. So I did a video call with her and then went to the gym. Got my upper workout in. Added in a few accessory workouts after that. So added some workouts in on top of what I already have scheduled because lately I just have a lot of energy. And as I've said, my girlfriend's not here. I've pretty much just got this as my focus outside of work and filming these videos and things like that. So I've just got a lot of energy now. Almost too much, it feels like. So I did the gym workout. I didn't do my 20 minutes of cardio because, as stated in my previous video, the coach that I signed up with to do the cutting, I told him how quick the weight's kind of dropping, and he said, well, just to minimize losing too much muscle, maybe just drop your cardio because you're already doing an insane amount of steps. So I dropped the cardio, but I decided to just go for a walk around the beach, it was a decent walk. It was like a 30-minute, 40-minute walk. So all in all, did that walk, and then I went to go get some sushi up at the shops. So after I did the whole beach walk for 40 minutes, I did another 15 minutes to the shop, 15 minutes back. So I still did like over an hour walk. So my steps are like 40,000 today plus the workout. So I don't know. I googled it just to see am I doing too much? I have a feeling I was, and yeah, it said I'm doing like an elite level athlete workout kind of thing with how many calories I'm burning, like 3,800 probably. I'm burning 3,500 plus, and I'm eating about 2450. So I'm in like 1,000 calorie deficit probably, which is probably why I've just been feeling a little bit sapped when it gets later at night. But during the day, I'm fine. I could, even after my workouts and everything, I still had energy. Which I'm guessing, like I said, I'm not trying to brag, so I'm not saying this is like a look at me thing. It's just a thing that's genuinely I do have an issue with. I've had people say that it's very hard for me to sit still. Maybe I have ADHD, but it's just very hard for me to uh engage in anything other than when I'm doing my fitness. And this is why I still smoke weed, because a lot of people have this thing, which I get, and most people it is this way, where if you smoke weed, you just don't do anything, you stay at home, you kind of just, it doesn't make you want anything or want any goals. And to a certain extent, if I'm smoking weed and my other habits are bad too, yeah, but I've noticed that my weed consumption hasn't really stopped. It might have even increased during this cut, but what I'm getting done and how productive I am when I'm doing things in terms of my meal prep, my eating, everything with my routine in terms of that. And even when I've started to now get into drawing, I feel like I'm able to, when I'm doing the sessions, focus more, and my decision making, I'm making the decision straight away. Like when I'm drawing and I'm like, oh, would this color look better with that? No, I'm just going to go with this color, and that is what it is. And then next time, if I want to try something different, I'll do it. But I'm just focused on completing the task, I'm not just half-assing around. Um, so weed never did that for me. Like I'll smoke weed and I'll go do my workouts. I'll go do my walks. I'll go, I can work, all that kind of stuff. And I know, look, this may be frowned upon, and I don't do it while at work, but I'm saying like I'm very functional on it. And for me, I've just noticed that my energy is very high. Usually, even before I did this cut, my energy still for what I was doing was fairly high. I was still working out 5 days a week. But now it feels more focused and directed. But in saying that, it's almost becoming a little bit obsessive now with all the fitness stuff. Like I've been on this cut for so long now, or at least this is the longest I've ever done it for. So to me, it's the longest. Like it's very long, 113 days, probably about 16, 17 weeks maybe. Nearly, what's that, 4 or 5 months? Coming up to 4 months, let's say, soonish. It's a long time. So my mindset has totally switched in terms of I'm fully just, most of my energy and attention is when I'm at work. It's directed at work and getting stuff done there. But even still, when I'm at work, I'm just thinking about my workout. What I want my body to look like. Okay, once I get that, what is my next goal? Like everything's really starting to be directed now, which is great. And I think this is maybe where the breakthrough comes that people talk about. Once you get past maybe like the 100 days of doing this, it almost becomes, I won't say like, I will say easy. Like for me now, staying on my calorie target, eating the boring meals, like all that, eating the clean meals, like now I kind of almost look forward, like when I was looking at YouTube and I saw some dude cooking up, it was like a fairly healthy meal. It was just like sourdough with some butter and some grilled meat. But even on my plan currently now, when I probably should be having more red meat, I'm pretty much just having mainly chicken and berries, fruits, yogurts, honey, light milk. What else am I having? Protein shakes. And I'm also adding in eggs. So I'm having mainly whole foods, but like even stuff like that, I just go, oh, that looks so good. Like I feel that way now, the way I used to feel when I used to see something like, McDonald's or something like that. So, um, yeah, you definitely have a mental switch once you get past day 100, I would say. Um, and I've noticed that. So, I guess that's another thing this update video could be about. It's that it's probably a bit difficult, or it seems a bit difficult when you start this thing, when you start doing the cut, because, you know, you're so used to eating a particular type of food, for instance, or you're so used to eating in a particular type of way where you'll be getting takeout 3 times a week, and you're eating all these really palatable, delicious foods. Like I used to get, I mean, 3, probably 4 times a week, maybe even 5 some weeks. After work, or if I'd had a particularly stressful day, you know, I would turn to food. I would have other vices too, and I still to a certain extent do, but food was always my really big one, and it was always the one I always spent the most money on, um, because it was always abundant. Like if I look back on whenever I got or saved up big amounts of money, I was always thinking about where can I go to taste different types of food and stuff like that. Because I think I'm still a foodie at heart. And I still do love food. And I'm not gonna like turn into one of those people that only eats steamed broccoli and shit like that. No, not at all. But I had a very unhealthy obsession over it, in terms of it kind of controlled my days and my moods, and I felt like if I didn't have that perfect meal, or if the flavors weren't exactly right, or if I spent all that money and got this, oh, it wasn't good enough. Well, tomorrow I'll need to get it something new and something different that's very palatable, right? Because I was so addicted to that sense, the taste. The food was not just food for me. It was like masking something. And the problem with food being that way is obviously drugs and cigarettes, all those things are problems too. But food is like, you have to have it. You have to have it regardless. It's not like with cigarettes as like an alternative that we all smoke that keeps us like alive and sustained. And then there's the bad one, and we shouldn't have that. But with food, like there's the good stuff that can keep us sustained, and there's the bad stuff. But we need to eat food. We can't avoid it. So it's always in your face. So it's always one of those things that I really wanted to gain control and mastery over, I guess, in a sense of being able to restrict what I eat when I want to eat it, to get certain results that I want to get, or to be in a certain mind frame or mindset that I want to be in. So I feel like that's what this getting over this 100-day hurdle now, like me just prepping my meals, is I do it so much quicker now. I'm so much more efficient with it. Like I've just you sharpen all your skills in relation to organization when it comes to what you're going to eat in the day. And when you have that routine and structure, along with the fact that you're also now doing, at least what I'm doing is I'm doing my 4 workouts a week, upper lower, but they've been tracked every single time, and I've consciously been making the effort every single workout, every single one from when I started this, to add reps on each workout, to progressively overload. And for the most part, it's been going up. That being said, I did have a workout today. The numbers were down, but, and this goes back to me saying that me doing too much, I stupidly had a rest day on Monday. And don't do this, guys, and this is a mistake I made, and this is one that I'm really going to try and minimize in the future, is I just had extra energy, and I really was looking at pull-up videos, and I was like, I just want to get better at pull-ups. So my Monday was my rest day, which was yesterday. But I went and did pull-ups and bloody diamond push-ups and sets of those in like progression, like pull-up, like dead hangs 30 seconds, and then pull-ups as many as I can do to failure, and then diamond push-ups as many as I can do, and then normal push-ups as many as I can do to failure, and then repeat that 3 times. Then I did dips. Then I did a few more exercises. Then I hit the boxing bag, because I used to do Muay Thai for about a year, and I did some boxing stuff before. So I've always liked like martial arts type stuff, watching it, participating, whatever. I just enjoy punching and kicking the bag and stuff like that. So I did that as well, and nah, that's stupid. There's fucking nothing to brag about because today I was wrecked because I did all those extra pull-ups and shit. And today in my workout, I had assisted pull-ups. So I'm just adding more weight and my injury risk is increasing. So I don't feel good about it. I felt good during the workout, but today when I didn't hit my even on maintenance on some of my lifts, I was like, that was stupid what I did yesterday. So a lesson to you guys that are maybe on your cut and you're feeling good and you got high energy, like that's good. But just like me, you got to find something else to do. And realistically, yesterday I should have just gone for the walk, or gone for a walk and then gone and did some drawing or did something totally unrelated. But I'm slowly trying to, like, see, this is what I'm saying. Before, it was hard to even get me to, I would work out, but I wasn't intense and I wasn't tracking, and I just went in there and I literally did what I felt like for ages. But now I'm tracking everything. I'm more intentional. My mindset is just so switched on that it's very hard to, on the days that you should be resting and doing other things, to switch off from that goal-oriented fitness mindset, because this is where I'm living right now. This is where I've been living for the past 3 months in my head. But yeah, so just some things I'm going through with the cut. Not really bad things, just things that are cropping up, and they're just more as you get further into the journey and you get closer to the goal. And I'm fairly close now. I mean, I'm 87 kilos. We estimated when I did it with my online coach, Tom Sergi, on YouTube, by the way. If you want to check out his stuff, I highly, highly recommend him. Great coach, great all-around guy. He's got a solid mindset, and just the way he talks about things, it's very straight to the point, and it just gets you results. And he really, just the way he talks, he made me believe I could do it. And he was just no bullshit, and I really appreciated that. Like, he just, this is what'll work. I'm not going to give you overcomplicated shit. I'm going to give you something simple to follow. Yes, it's boring, but do it. You will get used to it. I promise that you will feel way better on it. And he just labeled all the good. He pretty much just focused on all the benefits you're going to receive rather than the hard stuff you might necessarily have to do. Of course, you talk about that, but he's just like, dude, like pretty much saying like you need to change your mindset because you're becoming the next version of yourself, the 2.0. As soon as he said 2.0, I used to have that kind of, well, I've said it before, I used to call it like next level Mike, because obviously my name's Mike, but like the next level of me. And when I used to do my journal entries like a year or so ago, I always used to write about that person who was just on point with everything that I wasn't on point with. And at least now when it's coming to this fitness stuff, I can see him starting to come out. So, you know, Tom Sergi, like I said, he talks about all this mindset stuff. I highly recommend. Check him out. Gorilla Platoon, I think, is his coaching platform. But if you just type in Tom Sergi, so it's Tom, Serghi on YouTube, trust me, check his stuff out. He's the dude that really got me dialed in on the cut. I was already 6 weeks in when I saw him, but I wasn't really like tracking stuff that much and things. Like, it was just a very basic tracking my calories, but workouts were still, this is the guy that got me in dialed with everything, and not just fitness, but also thinking about how you can apply that fitness mindset to other stuff. But you know, he said to me, I was at 95 kilos at 25% body fat, and this was in November. And he estimated by about May 2026, I could get to 10% body fat, which is obviously visible abs, which is where I want to get visible, like a very, very top 1% physique, by May 2026. And at that point, I would be at about 77 kilos, I believe. So now I'm 87. I used to be about 24 kilos off that target. Now I'm 10. So I'm getting close, more than halfway. I honestly think I'll probably reach it before May, but right now the goal is May. So that's kind of just what I'm focused on. That's what I've been focused on for the past 8 days since I uploaded my last video. Yeah, this has been a bit of a long one. All of them are. I don't expect you guys to check out the whole video. Maybe you skip through bits, skip to some bits that might sound interesting in between the rambling. But this is where we're at. This is where we're at. The physique is it's coming in. The shoulders, the tries, the core, like it's all starting to tighten up a bit. I think a few more kilos dropped and we'll start to get the visible core outline coming in. I don't know what body fat percentage I'm at now, maybe about 18, 19 maybe, if I had to guess. I'm going to say 19 to be conservative. I might be less than that. But yeah, I'm just plugging along, fellas. So anyone else is on the same journey, share your comments below. How are you getting on with your journey? Are you running any struggles? If you got any questions for me, I might be able to help answer them, because I watch a shit ton of videos on this stuff and research, and I watch a lot of stuff on this. Like I said, I've between work and everything else, this is my life right now. I've committed to this to get the results I want to get. So I'm entrenched in this, boys. So if you've got anything you want to ask, you got anything, any comments you want to leave, feel free. All right. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to get going because it starts to get hot in my girlfriend's car in this bloody steam room of a parking lot. So I'm going to get going. I'm going to go upstairs and get ready for bed because I got to work at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, and I got to be ready for that, get my sleep in. So, yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'll probably do, like I said, I'll edit that video I recorded yesterday over the next few days. We'll probably put that up by the weekend, and then I will do another check-in video most likely in another week to 2 weeks from now. See where we're at. Hopefully maybe around the 86 mark, 85 mark. We'll see, but it will be lower. It's definitely not going to fucking be higher. All the same. So I would say only down from here, but I'd mean it in a positive way, but I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to go peace out, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one, and yeah, catch you later.